Okay, now let's go on. This time we are going to touch questions 23. आप अपनी reading start कर लें, हाँ? Questions 23 to 26. Summary completion. And the good news is summary completion is also in order. And the bad news is if they give you summary completion with a box, you have to find a word in the passage, then you need to find a synonym of that word from the list of words, and then you will write A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, they've done it to make their job easier and your job difficult. Why their job easier? You know, it's easy to check A right, B right, C wrong, D right, right? So they've done it like that. Anyways, let's start. Transport revolution. Topic is transport revolution. Modern cargo handling methods have had a significant effect on. Underline the word significant effect on. And the clue word is modern cargo handling. Modern cargo handling has had a significant effect on dash as the business of moving freight around the world becomes increasingly streamlined. Now let's go back. Paragraph G. Okay. All right. So just look for something like modern cargo handling methods. Where do they talk about modern cargo handling methods? Okay, well, there are two places which you need to look for. First, come to paragraph B. They mention a little here. Okay, what lies behind the explosion in international commerce? The general worldwide decline in trade barriers, such as custom duties and import quotas, is sure one explanation. The economic opening of countries that have traditionally been minor players is another. But one force behind the import-export boom has passed all unnoticed: the rapidly falling cost of getting goods to market. This may be something related to that. Theoretically, in the world of trade, shipping costs do not matter and all that. Now, come to paragraph E. Yeah, we will go to F as well. In paragraph E, what do they say? To see how this influenced trade, consider the business of making disk drives and all that. Okay. And then you said paragraph F? Okay, let's come to F. Where in F? Fourth line. Okay. In F they say computer softwares can be exported without ever loading it onto a ship simply by transmitting it over telephone lines from one country to another. By the way, doesn't it ring a bell? Yes. Question number 15. Effects of introduction of electronic delivery. So answer that question here. So they talk about freight rates, cargo handling schedule becomes insignificant factors in deciding. Now let's consider all these things as they talked about modern cargo handling methods have had a significant effect. So now we've read a couple of points. Modern cargo handling methods have had a significant effect on what? Go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. A is tariff? No. D is output? No. Significant on what? I mean, what it is for? Maqsad kya hai? Absolutely. The right answer is trade. Trade means business. Modern cargo handling methods have had a significant effect on trade because all this activity is meant for trade. Trade means business. Yeah, it's just mixed. You will find some clue in paragraph E and you will find some clue. Yeah. For paragraph B, there is some clue there. What lies behind the explosion in international commerce? What is international commerce? International commerce is trade. Okay. Now listen, please. Paragraph B. What lies behind this explosion in international commerce? Now, what is behind this international commerce? International commerce means trade. And what is behind it? That is modern cargo handling methods. And they have told us a couple of methods. They talked about reduced shipping cost. Then they talked about electronic transfer of things. So these are modern cargo handling methods. Answer is G, and that is trade. Don't worry, we do another one, you'll be clear. Question number 24. Manufacturers of computers. Clue word is computers. Manufacturers of computers, for instance, are able to import dash from overseas rather than having to rely on local supplier. You read it already. Are able to import dash from overseas rather than having, yeah, exactly. Come back to paragraph E, E for elephant. Okay, E for elephant, and fourth line, computer manufacturers in Japan or Texas will not face hugely bigger freight bills if they import drives from Singapore rather than purchasing them on the domestic market. Now listen, focus the word drives. And there is another word for drives, and that is component. Well done. Answer is B. But you will not write component. You will write B. I mean, you know, computer components. Drive is a component. Hard drive is a component. Motherboard is a component. RAM is a component. It's just like that. Okay, let's go on. Question number 25. Introduction of dash has meant that bulk cargo can be safely and efficiently moved over long distances. Introduction of something and bulk cargo. Let's go back. Introduction of something and bulk cargo. Go on to paragraph G for God. Can you see the word? Yeah. Paragraph G and third line. Let's come to third line. 40 years ago, the process of exporting or importing involved a great many stages of handling, which risked portions of the shipment being damaged or stolen along the way. The invention of the container crane. Now, what is container crane? For that, they've used the word. Yeah, introduction of bulk cargo can be safely. So, container crane made it possible to load and unload containers without capsizing the ship and adoption of standard and all that. So container crane, container ships. For ships, they use the word crane. Container crane. It's more like a ship with, what do you call that thing which is used to build like tall buildings? Crane? Do we call it crane? Khambe ki tarah hoti jo, yeah. Huh? Tower crane, exactly. So it's more like there is a ship, and ship has tower crane in it, and it actually takes those things. So for question number 25, what is the answer? C. Container ships, and there they use the word crane ships. Crane ships and container ships, they are same. Okay, question number 26. While international shipping is now efficient, there is still a need for governments, underline the word government, to reduce something. Now, government has to reduce something. Go back where you found the answer of question number 25. Paragraph H, government. Government needs to decrease something. Okay. Paragraph H, second line, but getting the cargo to and from the dock was a different story. National governments, by and large, kept a much firmer hand on truck and railroad tariffs than on charges for ocean freights. What does it mean? By and large, kept a much firmer hand. You know, hath tat karke rakhiya. Like, you know, firmer hand on truck and railroad tariffs than on charges for ocean freight. So what does it mean? Yeah, high charges. But now the question is while international shipping is now efficient, international shipping means the shipping by sea, but on the other hand it is by train and by road. still a need for government to reduce dash in order to free up the domestic cargo sector. What is the word for domestic cargo sector? Train and the other, what is the other word? Train and? Yeah, truck and train. So option A, tariff. And what is the word for tariff? Come back. Yeah, tariff. They've written tariff. Truck and railroad tariffs, then on charges for ocean freight. Right? You know, a thing comes from another country to Karachi, it takes less amount. And from Karachi to Lahore, it takes more amount. That's what they say. So they are mentioning here, I'm reading it again. Paragraph H, third line. National governments, by and large, kept a much firmer hand on truck and railroad tariffs than on charges for ocean freight. Means still the tariff for truck and railroad, they are higher. So they should decrease that. Come back. So there is still a need for government to reduce, and option A, tariff, in order to free up the domestic cargo sector. Domestic cargo sector, train and trucks and all that. Answer is A. And what is tariff? Like kiraya and all that. Yeah, it's there. So sometimes it's a synonym, sometimes exactly the same word. Huh? Listen, क्या है और क्या है? Fear. Okay, that's right. Yeah, they have written the word fears also. Now there is a difference between fear and tariff, right? I mean, just you can write tariff versus fear. Fear is normal, ordinary thing. When you are traveling as a passenger, that small amount you pay, that is fear. Fear of taxi, fear of bus, fear of train, and all that. The tariff is overall price list and all that. Yeah. It also involves taxes. Absolutely. That's right. Okay. Don't worry. Let's go on. List of headings.